BEXX, right?
BEXX, yeah, BEXX,
It's
exactly.
your
yeah.
name.
It's my nickname.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Bartosz, the first one. The second one is Jakub. And the shortcut of this in Poland it's Kuba. So that's how most of my friends call me Kuba and my family.
And you are still living in Poland, or
Yeah,
you are
I do live in Poland.
Why you decide to do your style?
My style,
Yeah.
which is hard to say exactly what it is, because I started at some point. Well, I started a long time ago, and the style was I was passing through different styles for all these years, and at some point I decided to go with black and more ornamental stuff. And at the beginning it was more kind of mandalas and ornamental thing, and after that I developed and I was searching for different textures and different maybe some kind of unconventional use of the symmetry and dynamics and stuff like that. So it's hard to say what this kind of style is exactly. So I'm still experimenting and try to mix everything actually.
And I saw the project that you put on the stage yesterday.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Thank you.
And I want to know where you take inspiration for this kind of project.
For this inspiration, I took from some Tibetan books for clouds and some kind of patterns that imitate wind, and in the middle was some kind of mandala, but this kind of organic twist that I do from time to time, so not very ornamental, maybe, let's say. So it was kind of mix of that, yeah. And then the parts of the sleeves, it was mostly free-handed. And Elisa had already some of the tattoos, so I was trying to, first of all I was thinking to cover it and blend it together, and this dictated the style. So rather than figuring out something first and then forcing it to the skin, I was trying to work with what it was there, and pure fantasy drawing and stuff. Yeah.
One thing that I want to ask you, since I saw your project for yesterday, is if you did purposely the line of the body that mixing the two arms together.
Yeah, that was the idea of matching arms. And the funny story about it, when I started to draw the freehand design for it, I couldn't decide on going diagonally straight down the arm or going with this kind of curve. So I was struggling to figure it out which one I supposed to pick up for the definition of the arm, and then somehow I've said like, okay, let's do both of them, so kind of overlap one of the other, and that was a cool idea, I think. Yeah.
I want to ask you another kind of question, like why you are doing what you do, the reason.
I mean, the reason of me tattooing at all. Yeah, I always been interested since a little kid, It wasn't very popular at these days. The year of my birth is 85. So, back in the days there was no exposure of tattoos that much, but I knew one person that had one tattoo close to my home, and I always curious about it. And I picked it up very, very soon, I started to be interested in drawing on my skin when I was a kid, and then I did henna tattoos when I was underage, and finally I was 16 years old when I borrowed the first tattoo machine, which was made of string of guitar and a Walkman engine. And I did a first tattoo to my brother, and he did one for me as well. So this was the beginning. So I was always interested in. And then when the color magazines came, with all the rap stars, rock stars they had full sleeves, and I knew already that it would be not only one tattoo. I knew that I want to be tattooed, as I was related to drawing and this kind of form of art most of the times, you know. Then I thought I would give it a try. And I had friends before that already tattooed, so had some things to, had some connections to learn from.
When you started tattooing, how many years you needed for start doing what you do now, and why you change in that?
Okay, that's a hard question because I didn't get any formal apprentice at the beginning, and to be honest, now I would suggest everyone to do that instead of figuring out everything on their own back home, because it took me few good years, you know, and back in the days it was not really Instagram, no Facebook really involved, and no one was showing off this kind of works in internet that much, so you based on magazines that you needed to buy once a month maybe in some shops, and just count on the people that they will pass some knowledge to you, which they didn't like to do it that much as they do now. So it took me a good few years to become independent in what I did, and yeah, and I was interested in everything. Back in the days, I think people that were interested in tattoos, they were interested in any style. Any tattoo that you saw was interesting for you, and you wanted to know how it was done, who did it, and how it works and stuff like that. so I would jumping. It was walking studio that I was working in, so I was jumping and I was doing pretty much every work. Then I got very interested in doing color tattoos, so I did that for a while. At some point, it was too much for me. It was too much colors, too much carry on and everything. And I remember I went once for the convention in Austria to my friend. He invited, he does the Polynesian traditional tattoos, and he invited a lot of different tattooers that does traditional tattoos, and I saw them working only with black and only with the patterns and stuff, which most of them they had everything in their head, not even printing out. So I got very interested in this, you know, going back to the roots at this point. But then I wasn't related to any traditional tattoos, so I needed to develop something more progressive, something that is on time with me and my lifestyle, which I'm interested in.
How you think tattooing on yourself?
Yeah. The thing is that I have some kind of collection, as to say, from years before, and they're kind of out of date at the moment, so I'm thinking of covering it or blasting over maybe my back and these sides that I already started it with more black and more big, toward Japanese motifs, and there will be probably a mixture of this Japanese and kind of geometrical bold stuff to cover these things, and not having a lot of time for this, you know.
You're still in the moment that you have to spend all time for work.
Yeah, I have some moments that I say like, yeah, let's do it, and then I book some sessions and I do a few in a row, but then, you know, life and other duties that I have stop me from doing this, and whenever I pick up, okay, now let's continue and do it, then you contact the artist and he has his schedule as well. You need to wait another half year or more, so yeah.
It's all back then.
Yeah, it's like this. It's complicated to get it like finished. Well, maybe if I would be more on point with this, but lately I had some other stuff going on in my life that take the part for this. Yeah.
What about convention like this one, where there is a lot of artists doing some style like yours?
Mm-hmm.
If you like the competition, if you like the community.
Yeah, I really like it. It's my second time here, and thanks to the organizer that invited me here. Very appreciated. because I get to know people last year and this year that I admire, that they are inspirational for me, and I really like it. And this is the main reason I'm coming here for, to meet these guys, to meet all the things, and as an appreciation that someone else see my work and wanted me to come. That's the main reason to come. No competition at all. I don't feel competition. I feel very inspired. Whenever I come back from, like last year I came back, and I feel already now inspired a lot.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you
time.
too.
Was a pleasure.
Thank
You
you.
so much.